people? This is Nature Girl 30 here, and I have not done these Q&As in a very long time. And I thank y'all so much for still sending me these questions, even though I haven't been able to answer them so often. But guys, thank you for staying with me. Still send me questions. I will do my best to answer them when I have free time. These last few months have been insane. So when I have the free time to do it, I will definitely do it. So if my Q&As don't come out on Wednesday like they usually do, don't don't fret, they will be answered. But let's get started with my first set of questions from Final Limits. Final Limits, you are the man. You are one of my biggest supporters. But I will answer your first set, and then I'll answer your second set for the next Q&A. What if you met Ric Flair and he told you to get away from him? uh, well, number one, I really wouldn't stalk the guy. I'd just be like, hi, can I have your autograph? And if he says no, I'll be like, okay. That's just me. That's probably what I would do. Why do you hate Maria Menounos? In full details, explain. I don't like her because of the fact that I feel that she's just full of herself. She comes off that she's full of herself. I'm not going to say that she is. I don't know her, but she comes off that she is full of herself. And honestly, she may be a huge wrestling nerd, which is great, but it's more of the fact that not because of her per se. It's the fact that I don't like the fact that WWE involves people that don't help the era. You have Mr. T that helped out with the golden era and actually helped usher in celebrities being involved in the golden era. If it wasn't for him at that time, you wouldn't see Cyndi Lauper in it. You wouldn't see Lou Albano going to other places. Well, he ended up becoming Mario from the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, which is one of my favorite shows, by the way. But besides all that, he had a purpose in the golden era, just like Mike Tyson had a purpose in the Attitude Era. Maria Menounos didn't, and I'm just not a fan of hers. I'm just not. But moving on from there, thoughts on Corporate Kane? I don't like him. He can't go back to being Kane anymore because he went to bed with the corporation, and I just can't. I can't like him like that. Not anymore. How many video game consoles do you have? I think I have about 5. I have an NES, I have an N64, I have a PlayStation, I got a Genesis, and now I also have an Xbox 360. I'm planning on getting Xbox One as soon as more games come out, and when the price goes down, then I might just get myself one. But yeah, it's a really fun. They're really fun consoles to play in, especially when I go back into retro mode. Sometimes I pull them out. Thoughts on Jeff Jarrett? I got no beef with Jeff Jarrett, but as time went on, he had that whole misogynistic attitude, and plus he kind of looked like a choir guy. Like his whole outfit, he kind of talked like a disgruntled preacher, but then he had that whole choir look when he came down, and his whole beef with China, I think, went a little bit overboard, but it was satisfying to see China take him out, which shows how great of a healer he is. But the one thing with TNA is it was just too much of him. It was oversaturation, too much saturation, or that's the same thing, of Jeff Jarrett, and that became my problem with him. Thoughts on Stacy Keibler being pregnant? Congratulations to her to being a new mom. Um, do you think Mick Foley looks like a hobo? Not really. I think he looks like one of those clowns, maybe a rodeo clown, like with a little hats on, a little red nose, and some paint on his face. He look like a rodeo clown. Um, does your dogs ever get sick? No, thank the Lord, they haven't yet. Do your dogs ever annoy you at times? Good night. Yes, they annoy me pretty a lot. I mean, I love them. They're my babies, but good grief, I'm tired of the whining from Jesse. All he does is cry, and Joker runs away every time he plays outside. He's gotten a lot better lately, but today he ran off again and was gone for a few hours. They're back now. They're just soaking wet and smelling like swamp mud. But moving on from there, thoughts on Juliana Rancic from the E News and the rest of the cast. I like Juliana at times, but now she's becoming a bit of a know-it-all, and I don't know, she's starting to annoy me a bit. And also, the rest of the cast, they try too hard because they have to overshadow. Before, it was all about overshadowing Ryan Seacrest. Now that Ryan Seacrest is gone to do better things, they're trying to get out of the shadow of Juliana, and you can kind of tell they're trying too hard. But Juliana's gonna always be above them, and they're gonna always be down here in her shadow. That's just how it is. Um, do you watch E News every day, and if so, why? No, because it's only so much of pop culture you can just digest, and I'm tired of hearing everything about the Kardashians every 5 seconds. I like Chloe. She's one of my favorites. If I had a favorite Kardashian, I would say it's her. But I'm tired of hearing about Kim, and I do not in any way, shape, or form like Kanye West. So I'm tired of hearing about it. So honestly, that's why I shut off. That's why I definitely shut off E News. So I do not watch it every day at all. Thoughts on the fat lesbian chick from Chelsea lately? You probably talked about Fortune Feimster, and I like her. I like anybody that's true to themselves and they're not afraid of being themselves, even if they're goofy or they have a bad joke. She's just gonna say it anyway, and I like her. How ugly do you think Heather McDonald is from Chelsea lately? I don't think she's ugly. I think she's trying too hard to stay young, and she's not dealing with her age. But I think if she actually dressed appropriately, she would be very pretty. Um, do you think Juliana Rancic is ugly? Do you think Juliana Rancic from E News is ugly? No, I think she can dress pretty well. Um, do you think Summer Rae is a butterface? No, I think the Summer Rae really has a great personality. She's very pretty in my opinion. Um, but she has something going on with her teeth. I don't know whether she got them knocked out or anything. But either or, she's a very pretty woman. Very pretty woman. Is Miz irrelevant now? Yeah, and it's a given that the WWE is treating him like he's irrelevant. But I really wouldn't count the Miz out because the Miz always finds a way to get back in the game. So even if he's kind of irrelevant now, he's gonna find his way to get back in and become more interesting. Also on Miranda Cosgrove, I loved her because Tom Girl, aka Shalithia, got me involved with iCarly. Like, there's not a time that that girl does not get me hooked on something, and she either gets me hooked on Lizzie McGuire, or she get me hooked on Victorious, or and now it's iCarly, or Zoe 101, but now it's iCarly. I love iCarly, and she played a really great character. So, and I like her as a voice, one of the girls in Despicable Me, and she's a really great actress. And she actually took time off to go to school, so good for her. Um, my next set of questions comes from Nintendo Fanboy 1988. Thoughts on Jennifer Love Hewitt? I love her, especially in The Ghost Whisperer. And it makes me sad that that show went off the air too fast. She's a really great actress. Um, do you think Jennifer Love Hewitt looks like Kelly Kelly? No, I don't think she does. And besides, those eyelashes that Kelly Kelly wears aren't hers. Um, what did you think when Kelly Kelly was in the the extreme expose with Layla and Brooke Adams, aka Brooke Tessmacher on TNA? I don't remember Extreme Expose, so I really can't comment on that. What happened to Brooke Tessmacher? Good freaking question. I have no idea what happened to her. Ever since she broke up with Bully Ray, I haven't really seen her lately. I wouldn't be surprised if she left. Um, why did TNA bring the alpha female in if she was just going to job to Velvet Sky before Velvet Sky turned heel? Um, I have no idea why. I hope they do something with the alpha female other than the storyline that she has with her ex boyfriend, which is just flat out weird. But hopefully they'll do something with her. What did you think of Velvet's heel turn? I did not see her heel turn, but I have seen her in footage when she was a part of the Beautiful People, um, like back in the day, and I think she's great as a heel. Seriously, I'm kind of happy that she is a heel now. Maybe it'll bring the Knockouts division a little bit more interesting. I guess it'll probably do something with the Knockouts division, make it a little bit more interesting to watch. So I'm honestly hoping that they keep her as a heel because I really haven't been watching lately. I've kind of became a little bit disenchanted with the product. My next set of questions comes from Jao Picoca. I hope I said it right, Pipoca. Um, did you know that I am the biggest Deluxe Man fan ever? No, but I know now. Do you love the Deluxe Man? I don't love the guy, but he is well versed in some of his views, and he is truly a Daniel Bryan mark. Um, I don't know where his address is, and if you have any other questions for the Lex Man, you probably want to tell him. Because I have no idea how he reacted when DB won. I just know that he probably did crap himself out of happiness, maybe. I have no idea. But that's something you probably want to ask him about his reaction personally. My next set of questions actually comes from Real Harold. Dude, you were awesome. Um, does Nature Girl 30 think WrestleMania this year was way better than WrestleMania 29 from last year? Yes! Way freaking better! This was pretty much the most epic historical WrestleMania that has ever happened in this decade. Like seriously, I love it. I loved it. Even despite all the reactions and some of the matches were like, huh? But still, it was really good. Where did Nature Girl 30 watch WrestleMania this year? Okay, check out my video that I actually made and put together about Big D's. I think it's Big D's view on WrestleMania 30. He was actually with me when we watched WrestleMania 30 and everything unfold. So check out that video on my Wrestling Fan Nation page or on my YouTube channel. What did Nature Girl 30 think of the tag team Eminem with Mercury, Nitro, and Melina? It was okay. Like it was. I mean, Melina was the only thing that made the entire group interesting. But then after that, it just became all about one guy and Melina, and I can't believe I forgot his name. Jomo. It became all about Jomo before he was Johnny Nitro. Before he was Jomo, he was Johnny Nitro, and it ended up being all about them. But it wasn't bad. It was all right. I mean, it was an interesting group. Plus, I always wanted to learn how to do the split like Melina. Like the way that she did her split, I'm like, dang, I know I couldn't do that without hurting myself. And I always want to learn how to do it. But anyway, my final set of questions comes from Cornello Ranella. Awesome name, dude. Do you find Vicky Guerrero as sexy as I do? I guess you like older chicks. I think that she looks really good for her age. I think she's probably maybe in her late 40s, early 50s, but she looks really good for her age. And yeah, more power to her. She can rock those outfits. If you saw a dead body near the place where you live, what would you do? I would pretty much call the police. Play with a human dead body? No. Honestly, I don't think I would do anything on this list. But yeah, it is kind of okay. Okay. Answer my second question, please. I know if okay. It's morbid. It's really morbid and kind of sort of creepy, but no, I wouldn't check the pockets. No. I mean, I would be really horrified. Well, actually, I kind of worked in I worked in a nursing home, and I've actually been around dead bodies. I actually had to help prepare the dead. And even if you help them, even there are times you can become desensitized to it if you work there long enough, but I didn't. So I would be creeped out, and more than likely I would call the police, and I would probably be in shock if I actually did see one. And no, I wouldn't play with it. I hope that answers your questions. But thank you so much for sending me these questions, guys. I will, as usual, y'all have credit for it on the end of my credits. And as always, check out my Wrestling Fan Nation page. And if you have any more questions for me, send it to my YouTube inbox or via Twitter at RKH30 #NatureGirlQ&A. It's Nature Girl 30 signing off. Peace out. Later.